Hey everyone! So today we're going to talk about breaking the straight line. We're diving into the world of presentations, but probably not the kind you're used to, the rigid, slide-by-slide march. Instead, we're going to explore how to create these incredible, dynamic, interactive experiences that actually pull your audience in.
I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You're either presenting or you're watching, and it just feels like you're locked on this train track. You have to go from slide A to B to C, even when the conversation in the room is screaming to jump ahead to slide G. It's stiff, it can be super frustrating, and today, we're talking about the alternative.
So our first stop is moving beyond that straight line. And really, this means we have to shift our whole mindset. We need to stop seeing a presentation as some kind of fixed path and start seeing it as an open map, just waiting to be explored.
And this lays out the two worlds perfectly. On one side, you've got the classic linear path. It's rigid, the presenter controls everything, it's pretty much a one-way street. But then, you look at the other side, the dynamic path. It's flexible, it's driven by what the audience is interested in, and it turns the whole thing into an actual exploration.
Okay, so that leads us right to the big question. What is dynamic navigation, really? Let's get right into the core concept and define what we're talking about. So the magic word in this whole definition is right there, non-linear. Instead of forcing everyone down the exact same sequence, you're building an environment. You're actually giving the user, your audience, the power to explore the information in whatever order makes the most sense to them. It's all about freedom and interaction.
And this just nails it. It's such a simple way to think about it. A lecture talks at people. A conversation, though, it flows with them. And dynamic navigation, that's the tech that lets your presentation become that engaging, responsive conversation that can adapt in real time to whatever your audience is curious about.
All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually build it? What are the practical tools we need? Let's open up the interactive toolkit and look at the actual building blocks for creating these new experiences. And you know what? It all boils down to 3 core tools. And the best part is, you probably already have them in whatever software you're using. We're talking about hyperlinks, action buttons, and interactive elements. Let's break each one down. So first up, hyperlinks. We use them on the web constantly without even thinking about it, but they are so powerful inside a presentation. Think of them like little portals. With just one click, you can leap from your intro slide straight to a detailed appendix, or pull up a relevant website, or jump to a specific case study, all without having to furiously click through 20 slides in between. Next up, action buttons. Now these are like custom-built controls for your audience's journey. You can design a button that literally says, go to the Q&A section, or play the demo video, or maybe take me back to the main menu. They create these really clear, intuitive pathways that make your presentation feel more like a polished app than a slideshow. And finally, we have the real game changers, interactive elements. This is where you actually transform your audience from just passive viewers into active participants. I mean, imagine a complex diagram where they can click on each part to get more info, or a poll that pops up right in the middle of your talk to see what they think. This is what creates a truly memorable experience.
Okay, so we've got the tools, but how do we start thinking about putting it all together? Well, it takes a little bit of a shift in our approach. We have to go from being the architect of a straight line to being the guide of an open world.
So building one of these starts with the structure. First, you've got to forget the linear outline, just throw it out. Instead, map out your key ideas like a spider web, with a central theme and then related concepts branching out from it. Then, step 2, create a home base or a main menu slide, a central hub that your audience can always get back to. And finally, use all those hyperlinks and action buttons to build the pathways between all those ideas, connecting everything together. And this is where your role fundamentally changes. You really do stop being just a presenter, and you become a guide. You're not just delivering information, you're inviting your audience on an exploration and giving them the map and the compass to chart their own course. So that brings us to the end of our little explainer, but honestly for you, it's just the beginning. Now that you've got the concepts, you've got the tools, the real question is, what are you gonna create? No, really, think about that for a second. You're no longer stuck on a single track. You can build these rich, layered worlds of information for your team, for your clients, for your students, whoever. So what questions will you let them answer? What paths will you let them take? What amazing things will your audience get to explore?